Yo. Welcome back to the NWO podcast, the Nerd World Order podcast, the podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
It's your boy, Hollywood Trippy, and as always, I got with me the exclusive one.
Yes, sir. What's happening, y'all? Mr. Jake Exclusive in the building. What's up? What's happening, Trippy? What's going on, man?
Shit, man. Living life. It's been a crazy day at work.
Yes.
Navigating adulthood.
Bruh. I almost drove all the way to work and got in my car and drove right back home.
I feel you.
I'll tell, bro, when I tell you it was like that. Like that little gap. That's about how much that's how much I had left to give today.
You had more than me. I had zero amounts.
It was rough, man. It really was. I was pissed. But, you know, it is what it is. The day I got through the day, made it work. Made it happen. We good to go.
Made it to another podcast day.
And the NWO was in the building. You know what I mean?
Too sweet.
Yes, sir. Welcome all that is in here chilling with us, hanging out. We're going to have a fun episode for you. We got, of course, we might as well go ahead and, start everything off like we might as well. Though this past Saturday evening.
Yeah.
The Royal Rumble.
The good old Rumble.
The Jake Exclusive's favorite wrestling pay-per-view of all time.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's close, bro. I really don't.
I love the Rumble because of the fact, you don't know, anything can happen in the Rumble. Like, you can get anybody can come back, anybody can, can show up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
You never know what'll happen.
You never know. Dirty Bird Mike here hanging out. What's up, man?
You're always guaranteed a big surprise.
Yeah. Usually. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess it's kind of their thing. It's kind of their thing to have a big surprise every time.
One way or another.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and boy, for a show that only had 4 matches, I'm surprised they made it last 4 hours.
Well, 2 Rumbles, both going an hour apiece. Oh, that's 2 hours.
I just didn't. So I thought, okay, maybe around 3 hour mark. I figured
the Fatal 4-Way. I figured they were probably gonna get like 40 minutes.
I figured that was gonna be like anywhere between 35 to 40, and I figured like 15 minutes for KO and Logan. Because then, you got the commercials and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, I did realize that Royal Rumble entrance, before we get into the review, Royal Rumble entrance definitely don't be 90-second intervals.
No.
They be so it's like some dude's entrance be super quick and then the next dude be super long. like the time in between people coming out is crazy.
Yeah, like they'll wanna they show up when they want to.
Yeah. Yes. It was interesting, man, but dude, if we might as well just go ahead and get right into it. The 2024 Royal Rumble. What a good I thoroughly I will say I enjoyed the show. It had its moments, but I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show for the most part. Obviously, we're going to get in here. We're going to do a pretty deep dive into the pay-per-view, and it started off with which apparently I guess can't be like can't be a yearly event anymore because of something that happened that we'll talk about later. But Corey Graves was pissed from the get-go. And why was Corey Graves pissed from the get-go, Trippy?
Because motherfucking Pat is back.
Good old Pat. Man, good old Pat McAfee was back. What's crazy is I haven't heard his music in so long, I didn't even realize it was him at first, because it's just one of those entrance songs you don't hear all that well. And then when he was doing SmackDown, they always did his entrance before the show started, so you never really got to see it like that.
You never got that, you never got to get that feeling. Pause.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, man, Michael Cole clearly knew. Corey Graves sold it off like he didn't know.
Yeah, you could tell Michael Cole was looking right at Corey Graves right before
he was like, He was cheesing hard.
Hard as a bitch.
He was like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. Oh, yeah. But yeah, man, let's just go ahead and get into it. The show started off with the match that I figured it would start off with, and that was the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
First, before we get into the Royal Rumble, though, how did you feel about Hulk Hogan's video before the show?
I feel like fuck Hulk Hogan. Why is he on the screen? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Oh yes, that's all I want. That's the only reason why I want to actually, because we had to get a fuck Hulk Hogan on the pod. It's like a weekly thing now.
6 minutes in, we got a fuck Hulk Hogan.
We go get a fuck Hulk Hogan counter.
We gotta get a fuck Hulk Hogan counter. That means we're gonna have to start pre-recording these shows.
Oh, that's too funny, right?
Yeah,
oh man, definitely a fuck Hulk Hogan counter. Oh yeah. But then for the second year in a row, like it says here, Pat McAfee made a surprise. But Michael Cole obviously knew all about it. But let's go ahead and finally get into this Women's Royal Rumble. Coming out first, I totally forgot that Natalya had the Bret Hart like riff to start her entrance song. Because I just don't really pay attention to Natalya's entrance music like that. But I was like, oh whoa, shit, is Bret Hart making a random surprise? Like but then nope, it was Natalya.
It was the next best.
And then you know what? For as much as people want to shit on him, Triple H was in his bag from the get-go. Because number two was the returning Naomi.
I was so geeked. Because the crowd didn't pop for her right away. Not until her music dropped. But I saw the shoes. I saw the shoes,
bro. The shoes was what got me. Because honestly, I thought number two was going to be someone who showed up later that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Because I thought they were going to do the whole grand entrance and everything for that person, not Naomi. But it was great to see Naomi back, man. She got obviously a huge reaction when she finally came out.
I got goosebumps thinking about
it. Yeah, man.
Like, she got a nice homecoming.
Yeah.
Pop.
Yes.
It was well deserved too, because they've been going 2 years now, 2.5 years,
something like that. Yeah. You know what I tweeted about it? I was like, they left for the right reasons.
No, absolutely.
So it was cool to see her back. Yeah, it was really cool to see her back. I mean, she even showcased, like, I will say, her time away, obviously her and Sasha both left at the same time, and Sasha got injured when she showed up in New Japan and things like that, so she didn't get a chance to really wrestle as many matches as Naomi did in Impact.
Yeah.
But Naomi really was like, she was already pretty good in the ring as far as like athleticism, but I feel like she started to like hone her craft more.
Yeah.
Even. And it was fun to see, man. It was cool to see. And obviously Natalya, for as much as, she's just kind of like a name there, she's the person you want in the ring if you want to have, okay, I'm going to showcase somebody coming back, or I'm debuting somebody or whatever. She's that person.
Yeah. No, absolutely, because she's a phenomenal in-ring performer.
Yep. And then
credit she deserves, and she is.
Yeah, so they had some back and forth for a little bit, and then here came number 3 in Bayley.
Big Bayley, not the little one.
I was shocked that she was the number 3 entrant. I'm not gonna hold you.
I was not shocked that she was that high up on the entrant list.
Nets fan.
I was shocked she wasn't number 1. That was my shock. I was shocked she wasn't number 1.
That would have been crazy having back-to-back number 1s win it.
Yeah, she would have. Then, in hindsight, that they probably should have given her the number 1 spot. In hindsight, because
maybe
she could carry that. She could carry that. She would be able to carry that over their head. Over damage control.
That's true.
Number 1 spot.
That's true.
Big. I mean, but she still has she got the record though for being in the ring, the Rumble the longest. So I guess
she does.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, definitely. And then number 4 was Candice LeRae. She's a spot filler, unfortunately. Yeah. That's kind of her role in the show.
I so
She's an Iron Man.
watching it,
Absolutely.
watching it, yeah, watching it back, right? She did not get a good crowd reaction. Even
Nope.
watching it with Brit's like, who is hurt? Like, who is this chick?
That was going to be one of my critiques after the final review, and I guess I'll just say it now. But it seemed like that was a kind of a criticism for a lot of the female wrestlers. I mean, the men's side also kind of had it, but the men's side I feel like, but it's like the entrance music is so generic that it's like you don't really know who the wrestlers are based off the music anymore. Like you used to really be like, you used to know everybody's music from the jump.
Like when that glass broke, like everybody know who's that is.
Exactly.
If you
Nats fan said, I heard the crowd was electric from people who were actually there. I heard the same thing. I heard the crowd was great for the most part.
Yeah, and that's the thing about being in a live crowd, right? Because it's all like that.
Yeah, we can attest because
but it's never it doesn't always come that way. Come across that pause. It doesn't always come across that way, through the TV screen. And that's not a fault to the crowd. It's not their fault that the microphones aren't picking them up correctly, which is kind of weird because the microphones were picking up a ton of shit in the ring. So
yeah, no, I agree. But yeah, no, Candice came out, and then number five, probably the biggest shock of the entire pay-per-view, I'd say. Yeah, because everybody was like, okay, Naomi. It was kind of rumored that she was coming back. She lost her belt, all this and that. Like, she did the whole graceful exit out of the company. She's a free agent now, all this and that. And then here came number 5, the Impact Women's Champion, Jordynne Grace.
Yeah.
And it was... I didn't know who she was through Impact. I watched the highlights of the Jordynne Grace Naomi match, but I didn't really know who Jordynne Grace was. And then as soon as I saw, I'm like, bro, she is like a fucking tank.
Yeah, and she recently got that physique.
Yeah.
She wrestled a couple times for AEW.
Mm-hmm. That's why I knew the name. I just couldn't remember if she was like NXT women or AEW.
Yeah. Like the commentary was.
They did put her over. Like they did a great job of having that, showcasing that partnership between WWE and TNA.
Yeah,
it was great to see.
Absolutely, because she looked like a fucking
dude, monster. And that was the thing. It was like
she got a bigger pop than a lot of the WWE names, low key.
Oh yeah, I think it was because of one, she came out with a belt that nobody's seen before, so everybody was like, "Oh shit." Like, she doesn't work here type of vibes. It was kind of like Mickie James a couple years ago, like, when she showed up. Was that last year?
I think it was last year.
Yeah, and she showed up with the Impact belt too. Yeah. And it's like, you don't see that in WWE, so that instant reaction is just like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, and one, like, not the shit on AEW, but it's like, you see guys and girls come out all the time and they got different company belts on. You're like, what fucking belt is that?
Yeah.
Google says James was 2022. Okay, so yes. So 2 years ago. Okay.
Damn, that was 2 years ago.
Time flies when you're having fun, bruh.
Right.
But yeah, and then number 6, unfortunately, another generic Mrs. What's her face? Indy Hartwell. Mrs. Loomis, yes. I haven't seen him in so long that I forgot his name.
He's an actor now.
He is an actor now, as he should be. He should be a fucking horror villain, bro. Like,
he got him a show on what was that? Talhoon, something. He's a fire department. He worked at the fire department.
Gotcha. Nice. So Indy Hartwell came out, and then number 7, Bayley got some help with Asuka.
Which Bayley was, you could see she was so surprised to see Asuka.
That early, yeah, I agree. They came out and did some cool double team stuff. It was so funny because it was like they were hesitant to work with. Yeah. It's like Asuka was like, "Let's work together," and Bayley was like, "Are you sure?" And then like they were like high five, and Asuka would go for the high five, or Bayley went for the high five, and then Asuka just kept going, and then Asuka put her high five up, and Bayley was like, "Nah, we're just gonna keep wrestling." All this. It was great. It was great. Those two are awesome together. I can't wait for their match eventually. Number 8 was Ivy Nile. She's gotten over with me, bro. She's short as fuck, but she's got like, she's like Got the Jordan Grace physique. I think it's disrespectful to call her the Bulldog, though. Like I feel like that's just not a good thing to call a woman a bulldog. I don't know, because bulldogs are typically not very attractive dogs.
I mean, but she's short and stocky.
That's true.
Like a bulldog.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I'm just looking at it as like a disrespect to the attractiveness and not the physicals. Physical shape that she's in, which she's in great shape, and she put on a decent little show here and there.
She did.
The smallest competitor in the entire match, Katana Chance, came out next, formerly Casey Catanzaro, but I kind of like the Katana Chance name. I fuck with it. Hella athletic.
Yeah.
But she was just in there to showcase. And then number 10 who was my pick to actually win it, but she didn't do it. Bianca Belair. Bro, there was some big names came out early in this match.
Yeah, but that's because you wanted to give them time to shine.
I mean, yeah, you had Naomi, Bayley, Asuka, and Bianca all within the top 10. Like, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Like,
and Jordan Grace.
But Jordan Grace wasn't gonna win. But yeah, her being in it was more of a shock. Yeah, definitely.
All these big names up there.
Definitely.
Top 10.
Definitely. Number 11 was Kairi Sane. So we had Asuka and Kairi in there together, working together for a little bit with Bayley. I fuck with Kairi. I always have. Presentation was great. I agree. And the attires were on point.
Yeah.
All the gear for the wrestlers was cracking.
Yeah.
Number 12 was Tegan Nox. Okay, not bad. Number 13 was Katana Chance's partner, Kaden Carter, which, cool. Yeah. Number 14 was Chelsea Green. And you know what? She lasted longer than 5 seconds in the ring.
Yeah.
I was happy for her.
I love the way they bigged that up.
Me too. I was geeking. I was like, let's go. I was happy because she definitely was about to, and then she survived. I'm like, let's go. I honestly thought that Chelsea Green, showed well for what it was. Number 15 was Piper Niven.
Yeah.
She showcased a little bit. I was a fan of that.
Yeah.
Number 16 was Xia Li. I, for the longest time, could not remember that Xia Li was Mia Yim. Right? Or no? No, Mishin is Mia Yim. I'm sorry. Yeah. You're right. I was getting my names mixed up. Xia Li. Yeah, she was just in the match. Nothing too crazy. I don't think she was in the match actually for very long.
No, she wasn't, because her time in there wasn't very memorable.
No. Number 17 was the Lena Vega, who came out with they ruined Xia Li. It is whatever. They did what they did with her, unfortunately. I mean, it is what it is. Maul, what's up, man? Zelina Vega came out with that dope ass gear on. I still don't know what it's from. I don't know. Do you know?
No.
They said it was from like a video game, like Overwatch or something like that. Maybe I don't know for sure. It was dope though. I mean, I know she's always got the. I know she's always got the nerd vibes going, so I fuck with it. Number 18 was Maxine Dupree. Not bad. Maxine came in. I don't think she was also in the match for very long. And then this is when things started to pick up, because number 19 was Nia Jax. And for all the shit about how she hurts people and everything like that, she
looked great.
She's been great since she came back.
She looked like a fucking powerhouse.
Yeah, she's been great since she came back. I've been a huge fan. She cleaned house for a lot of it. I think she still finished with the most eliminated. I think she said she had like 8 or 9 eliminations.
Yeah.
She just kind of did the big monster gimmick in the Rumble where you come in and eliminate a shit ton of people right away.
Yeah.
I honestly thought she was going to show up earlier in the match because of how crowded the ring was getting for a while. But then it was like Bianca came out and did some stuff and, this and that. Number 20 was Shotzi. She came out with the tank. Also, I fuck with the green hair now that it's kind of growing back.
Yeah, it's growing back. Yeah.
I'm a fan of that.
It grew pretty quickly.
It did. Number 21 was the man. And she if she didn't have the biggest reaction of the entire night, she had of the women's rumble, she had the second reaction.
Yeah.
She is a fucking star.
Absolutely.
She still has not lost that crowd pop.
No, I don't think she ever will. She's like
The only time she lost it, she shaved it in the summer. Crazy how it's almost February, right? That's wild.
That's crazy. Damn,
Yeah,
she really did shave it in the summer. I thought it was like November.
Didn't she not to go back to bed? Didn't she shave it for like a friend of hers or something? Her close fan, her sister. That's right. That's right.
It was her sister.
Okay, good. You're right. I believe I heard that as well. But yes, and then Becky Lynch came out, and as I said, you know, if it wasn't the biggest pop of the night for the Women's Rumble, it was definitely number 2. She's the one. She's one of the ones where instantly you know her music.
No, absolutely.
Instantly you know her music. Number 22 was Alba Fire, NXT. I kind of fucks with her.
Yeah.
I like the team with her and her teammate. I can't remember her teammate's name off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to NXT as much as I as much as I should. But number 23 was Shayna Baszler. God, how they've ruined her.
Like,
she went from having the most Royal Rumble eliminations and being primed to win the Rumble and get like a main title shot at WrestleMania to just be in the mid-card Mania. Like,
right, and they don't really build on the fact that she retired Ronda. Like, she made Ronda leave.
She did.
Like, and they don't build on that enough. And like,
yep.
Come on, that's a major thing to showcase.
Yes. And then number 24 was Valhalla, and she came out with the horns or the antlers.
Actually, number 24 is I think she did.
She did.
Number 24 was Truth.
No, number 24 was Valhalla, but Truth came out. Truth came out. He was confused. Fucking hilarious. I like how the music switched over. Like, that was too funny.
I screamed when I heard this music.
I couldn't believe it. I was fucking dying. Oh, it was too funny. It was too funny. Maple, what's up? What's up? Welcome on in. Yeah, and then number 25 was Mishin, formerly known as Mia Yim. She's just there, unfortunately. Number 26 was Zoe Stark. I fuck with Zoe Stark. She's got star written all over her, bro. Like, she's got... So, like, it's like, I feel... She might be in one of those tough places where it's like, you got to figure out where her push is, but she's got the potential to be up there with, like, Bianca and them, I feel like. Number 27 was Roxanne Perez, the former NXT Women's Champion.
And Booker T's protege.
I fuck with Roxanne Perez. It's funny because I knew she was going to be in the match because I don't know if you saw the video that they showed before the Rumble. They showed like Randy walking around and the Roxanne Perez graphic was playing behind him. I was like, well, she's going to be in the Rumble.
Way to give that away.
Yep. And then number 28. This is when things picked up. Isn't Booker School in Houston? It is in Houston. Yes, it is in Houston. Jade motherfucking Cargill, the long-awaited debut.
Man, I was so geeked because I told Brittany, she was while we're watching the Rumble and Nia Jackson just going crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm like, they saving Nia Jackson's elimination for Jade.
Oh and my Jade's god!
And that's her first elimination is Nia Jax.
Bro,
when that music hit, I was, bro.
You want to talk about instant star? Like
they did their thing with how they presented her.
Oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. Jade's daughter is also gonna be an athlete. I agree. Yep, Jade's daughter was in the crowd. That was cool to see.
Absolutely. Her mom's is a two-sport athlete.
Her husband is a retired baseball player.
Right,
but yeah, man, she came in and business picked up. I mean, dude, it was great. She walked in, just picked Nia up, just flexed, and just threw her down.
Nia looks so small.
Jade is just her aura is legit. Like I know Triple H talked about it. I can't get with Jade. She just feels like a more built Becky Lynch to me. Wow, that's a take.
That is a poor take.
That's a take, Maple. Yeah. I don't know. We might have to sit up. We have to talk about that one for a second. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to double back to that.
Jade is Jade ain't Becky Lynch in the ring, but her aura is up there.
A more built Becky Lynch.
That's interesting.
That is.
She's female Brock. I wouldn't even go that far, Nats fan. But
yeah, because I would always consider a female Brock to be more so Ronda. But
that's fair. And then number 29, who's the woman who I believe is going to have one of the biggest 2024s if they call her up to the main roster. That is Tiffany Stratton.
The Tiff.
I was wondering when she was going to show up because I had a feeling she would, and she didn't disappoint. I mean,
no, she didn't.
She's definitely a good heel. Wait, what we got here?
Jade's abs have abs. I
don't hate people for liking her. She's not entertaining watching. She's more of a personality in the ring, like she has off camera. She's still learning, bro. That's the only thing I could say is she's still learning. She's still learning.
2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah, like she'll figure it out. She literally had never been in front of a camera other than to be a professional or not even professional college basketball player before. Right, so it's like, AEW taught her nothing. Agreed. The ultimate baddie. Yes, the ultimate baddie, indeed. But Tiffany Stratton came down, had fun. Showcased her skills. A really good heel.
What it do, Juan?
What up, Juan? What up? And then number 30.
She's back.
There were so many people that thought this could be AJ Lee, thought it was going to be Sasha. And I'm not going to lie, as much as I fuck with her and I loved her, I was a little disappointed to see Liv Morgan show up.
I was a little upset. I just knew.
I wanted that fucking Sasha music to hit so bad. The fucking dude, if you'd have told me you got Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and then Sasha, the crowd would have had no voice for the rest of the night.
No, the crowd would have been dead.
I thought it was going to be Brandy Rhodes. Stop it, Nats fan. Yeah, that's fair, Maples. I mean, I like Becky and Bianca. I think they're always going to be tops, but yeah, Jade had 56 matches in AEW and looked better in 15 minutes of 6. That's why when everybody was like, "Where's Jade? Oh, WWE's ruining her. I can't believe she's not there. I can't believe she's not." It's like, bro, she needed to learn how to wrestle. One, she needed to learn how to wrestle on television. Two, she needed to learn how to wrestle WWE style. It's totally different.
Totally different.
It's a whole different thing.
A lot more sports entertainment.
Yes. Yes.
A lot more sports entertainment.
Yes. So we had the Women's Rumble that was all 30 entrants. Liv Morgan came down, and the one who prevailed it all is the one who came out at the 3 spot.
That's the 3 spot.
It was Bayley.
That final 6. That final 6 was insane.
The final 6 was lit. It was Jade, Becky, Bianca,
Liv
Morgan, Stratton,
and Naomi,
and Bailey. And Bailey. Because, or no, Naomi, it was Naomi. Naomi was in the top 6 because Naomi, she got eliminated. Her and Becky got eliminated at the same time. Ooh, damn near the best horsewoman. That's tough.
That's okay.
That's tough. That's a take. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't hate the take. I don't know if I agree with it. That's tough. Damn, now you got my mind racing to figure out which one's the best.
Yeah.
I wonder if the swerve with Cody and Seth Monday is happening due to The Rock and Roman still being on. We might bring that up at the end of the show. I'm gonna star that. We'll bring that up at the end. Compare the stats, bro. Imagine talking about stats in professional wrestling. Who do you think you are, Tony Khan? Oh, right. Jesus Christ!
Right. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed the Women's Rumble.
This was my favorite match of the night.
hands down.
This was my
Hands
favorite
down.
match of the night.
I was watching this Rumble as if it was a Packers playoff game. I was on my feet in front of the TV, just like into it. Like, and I didn't get that feeling for the rest of the show.
That's fair. Yeah, I wasn't that intense, but I was definitely into it.
Like it was seeing Naomi come back for me. Like that shit sent it through the roof.
That's fair.
Yeah. And knowing that Jay was going to be, because I just had a feeling. I was like, you can't leave my baby out.
Like I said, you know what? And the more I think about it, like I said, I was expecting the big entrance for Jade. Her coming out at 28 was perfect. She got the showcase, and she was out towards the very end. So it's not like, she wasn't, because she, as much as everybody fucks with her, and obviously NWO rocks with her, she wasn't gonna last an hour in the ring.
No, absolutely not. 15 minutes is perfect for her, because that's about a length of a match, a good match for her.
I don't even think she was having that long of matches in AEW. She was literally getting the Goldberg treatment, in and out in 5 to 7 minutes.
I think her longest match was probably like 11, 12 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was probably one of the ones she lost.
Well, I'm saying in the E, 15 minutes in the E, like that's perfect for her.
Yeah, agreed. Because this was also a showcase, like, hey, go out there and we're gonna highlight your strengths and try to hide your negatives. And the Royal Rumble is the perfect match for something like that.
Definitely the second year in a row that
I will say that the Women's Rumble I think the Women's Rumble, has definitely been better than the men's back-to-back years.
The stare down, what you talking
about? Between Bianca and Jade, that was great.
That shit was beautiful. And the camera, the camera shot of the WrestleMania sign in the background, like that shit was perfect. Like you cannot get a better moment than that right there.
I agree. Yeah, no, it was perfect. I mean, the cameras were kind of all over the place for the show. They were kind of like jumping around a lot, but they caught that moment pretty good.
It's a lot. It's a lot for just the Rumble in general, because it's so unconventional, right?
Yeah.
I was kind of like in my nerd bag talking to Brittany about it, and just like explaining to her, like, because you really can't train for the Rumble, because there's no telling when or where your spots are going to come, where the next wrestler is supposed to be. I don't know. It's tough, and then you got accidental elimination. So when you get all these botches and stuff, I don't really look at them as botches, because that shit happens.
Facts, definitely. No, I mean, as we saw, a lot of people were saying the Kairi Sane elimination was a botch. I would say it was, because our feet hit the ground before, because she was supposed to hold herself up and do like the Spider-Man clip. Her feet definitely touched the ground before that happened.
Only one. Only one did. I saw. It might have been two.
It was definitely two, because the internet was going crazy about it being two. But that was supposed to also be the spot, because her and Asuka were supposed to get eliminated at the same time, just like they were. Yeah,
because I saw like Asuka had to go and tell them, like, hey, okay, this is what I need y'all to do now.
Yes. But to put a conclusion on this Women's Royal Rumble, what out of 5, what are you giving it?
I give it 4. 4 2 sweets.
I was thinking the same thing. A solid 4. There were a lot of unfortunately with the Rumble, you gotta have a lot of fillers.
I think 4 8.
You gotta have a lot of filler talent, which it was. I think whether either AJ Lee or Sasha showing up would have put it over the top for me and made it probably a 5 for me.
Maybe Sasha would have absolutely made it a 5.
Oh, Sasha I would have fucking lost my mind. Which rumblings are still popping up now that she might be WWE bound again. So
I was thinking about this, just a quick tangent while we were already on the subject of Sasha. So I was thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
Because you got Naomi's back. You got Bailey. Bailey is going to have to go toe to toe with Damage Control.
I already know where you're going. Yep.
Right, and her and Naomi are gonna probably try to do the thing once that turn finally happens, and then the numbers are still going to be off. And who else to come back and help Naomi with the Kabuki Warriors but her best friend and former tag team partner Sasha Banks?
Yes, I agree.
You know, and
I
then
agree.
you break that down the middle because Dakota Kai's still out. You got a good nice 3-on-3 for a decent portion up until WrestleMania.
And for all the people that say, "Oh, Tony Khan has more money," Netflix just gave WWE $5 billion.
$5 billion.
WWE got some money they could throw Sasha's way too, because I know she's looking for a big deal to go along with her stardom. She's got top women's aura. Like she definitely has big aura with her stardom. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm hoping she goes back to the E just because I feel like that's the right thing for her. And I also feel like the women's division in the WWE is just getting stronger, and her adding to it would just create so many more possibilities of things to happen. But moving on, because we're already we spent a long time on that women's rumble. But you know what? It was the most deserving because it was the best match of the night.
Deservingly so.
My opinion, AEW isn't going to contend until they learn what long-term booking is.
They got long-term booking, but it's not consistent.
Their long-term booking sucks. That's why. Their long-term booking is like shit from Japan from 5 years ago that we're supposed to know about. That's what the problem is.
No, like the Adam Cole MJF, that was long-term booking.
Maybe
the Hangman Adam Page and Kenny Omega, that whole shit when they were tag champions and all of that went after that was pretty long-term booking.
Yeah, that's true.
But look at those two stories. Those are like 2.5 years apart. You don't get much long-term booking like that. That's really good and that stand out from
yeah.
AEW. But
yeah, maybe we'll touch on that towards the end of the show. But continuing on with this freaking Royal Rumble, now it just got, I wouldn't say it got worse, but it got worse.
It got progressively not as good.
Progressively not as good.
I like this Fatal 4-Way. Pause.
I was shocked it went next. I thought the in between matches were going to be flipped.
So when they went with the Fatal 4-Way next, which I understand why. That's a decent match to go after that Rumble.
I also understand why they did what they did. But let's go into the review and I'll say at the end why I understand why they put this match ahead of the KO match. So we had the Fatal 4-Way. Roman Reigns defeated AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. On the Forbes website, I see here on the graphic, it says Roman Reigns defeated AJ Styles, Roman Reigns, and Randy Orton. How you defeat yourself?
Shit happens. Life.
Yeah. So this match was awesome until one part. And we all know what part that is. Randy Orton hit 3 straight RKOs, including the Superman punch into an RKO, which was fucking awesome. And then Solo had to get involved.
Yeah, I don't think.
And from that moment on, my emotion of this match was like, oh shit, let's fucking go to
No, this match was only 19 minutes.
Yep. Yeah. It seemed like it was way longer than that, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought it was at least 30 minutes. But damn. Okay.
Yeah, so it was like I said, I liked the match otherwise. It was a decent good match. AJ took the pin as we all I think we expected AJ. I know you and in the NWO chat we were talking about it, and we all pretty much were in agreement that AJ was going to take the pin because it's going to keep LA Knight strong. Randy's strong, not taking the pin, and it's AJ can take that pinfall because AJ unfortunately is the odd man out with total stardom right now.
Yeah, and then obviously Randy and Solo are being set up for Mania.
Yes, I would believe so. But yeah, I mean it was a good little match. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I mean apparently the crowd put some "This is awesome" chants. So love to see that.
Yeah, they could have had him win cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he didn't need Solo.
Yeah,
per se. I feel like Solo could have probably been better used in the Rumble. Maybe gotten one of those spots that was given up for a certain somebody. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, who am
Yeah.
I?
Well,
But the guy who likes watching wrestling.
definitely. Definitely. But yeah, man. But going back into the Fatal Four, what do you give it out of 5?
Out of 5, I think I could go 3.5,
I
three,
was
three and a
I
half.
was thinking about a 3.5 ish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Three
That
three sounds right because that solo interference really threw it off for me, man.
it
I was
wasn't
not.
necessary. I don't think it was necessary. I think Roman could have came out like looking like a much bigger star had he won that cleanly.
I agree. I agree. I just
A 3-3.
3.3 out of 5. That's fair. That's fair. I think everybody's kind of in consideration that match was that solo spot just kind of took it out for everybody, man. Everybody was and like the worst part is like, bro, you got a hoodie on with the hood up, like with big ass shorts that say Solo on it. Like we know it's you,
We
Solo.
know who you ain't got no shoes on, Solo. Like you can't hide your feet, nigga. Like we know, we see you,
We smelled you before we saw you.
right?
Big ass, sweaty ass feet walking on. You know you're gonna step on a tack and hurt your foot. But continuing on, we had Kevin Owens defeating Logan Paul via disqualification. You know what? For what this match was, it was a good match. I fucked with it.
Dude, I am so upset at myself because I thoroughly enjoy watching Logan Paul in the ring.
I agree.
Like
Logan Paul is the one person where you can literally differentiate his wrestling to the rest of his fucking life.
Man, like
and not judge him because of it, because he's so good.
he is a natural. Like he found his calling. This is what he was supposed to be doing his entire life. He shouldn't have done anything else ever before this in the world. He shouldn't have been a YouTube star. He should have just went straight into being a fucking professional wrestler because like he's
perfect for it, though. He's got the perfect body build. He's got the perfect level of athleticism.
He has the perfect amount of charisma. The more and more he cut promos, the better at him he's going to be. You can already tell that he's pretty decent at a promo, right?
Yeah.
But he's only been at it a year and a half now, maybe
something like that. I mean, and he's doing it, man. He's definitely done it, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the way that he showcased himself. And you know what?
I like the ending.
I was gonna say the way that match ended made so much sense.
It kind of sets it up for another match down the line.
Yeah. So for those that didn't see it, towards the end of the match, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller came down to the ring to distract because one of Logan Paul's internet friends, was it Jeffrey or some shit like that?
Yeah.
Jeff came out and was trying to interfere. I think he was like trying to hand Logan Paul something, and I think he was trying to hand him brass knucks, wasn't he? Something like that.
Yeah.
And the ref saw it, kicked him out, or was trying to kick him out. And then Grayson Waller and Austin Theory came down. Theory gave Logan Paul the knucks, and Kevin Owens blocked it, put him on himself, and punched Logan Paul with the referee standing right there. Like, that's the one thing I didn't see anybody talking about. Like, the referee definitely saw that punch happened.
Yeah, but he probably didn't see the.
No, I'm not saying he saw the knucks, but it's like
he saw the punch happen.
Like, you didn't even try to hide the fact that you had them on. Like, it's like William Regal used to like hide it right before he punched, and then he would like do it in secret while the ref was either not paying attention or whatever. He wouldn't just blatantly punch him with the knucks on. But then he goes for the count, and I also think Kevin Owens is an idiot, because if you're trying to hide the fact that you just did that, you don't pin a guy like this with the knucks up. You fucking you hide him.
Right in the ref's face.
And you know what? Shout out to the ref, because he did a great job of noticing it and calling for the DQ. And it was a very unique, very unseen way to end a match. And I thought it was great.
the the reason why I loved it so much because referees don't do that often.
No, I don't think.
It's always,
I don't know the last time I saw a referee stop a match because of something like that. I've seen them end up obviously because of DQ like chair shots and stuff.
yeah, but not because oh fuck, I that's how you no, bro, you can't do that.
Exactly, exactly.
Like, and it was mid count too, because it's like it was.
He was
like
literally 1-2 going down.
You look up and it's like, wait a minute, are those? Come on, bro, what is that?
He's
No. Definitely hit him with the O face.
Hit him with the O.
Like, and I think it was really well put together.
Yes.
Like just like Maple says, it's like the ending was great. It allowed Logan to retain, and it didn't make Kevin look like less of a star than he already was.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I think KO could have lost cleanly, and that still wouldn't have hurt him though.
Yeah, KO is kind of one of those guys who's lost in the shuffle for me.
Yeah,
it's like you look at him, he's like, damn, he used to be like the guy, like he was like the universal champion, and now he's just kind of like they're trying to figure out what to do with him. It seems like giving him Logan Paul was good because the promo battles were great. The match was good. I'm just curious what they do with him next. I mean, obviously he's involved in some he's involved in some random stuff here and there, but we'll see.
Fusion.
Yeah.
But absolutely, though, I think Kevin Owens' character is built to be like the underdog, like the person that we want to get behind.
Yeah. So I still hate the fact that he does the stunner. Still hate the fact he does the center.
I was literally about to say that his type of character and the character work that he needs will be, having to go up against an authoritative figure.
Logan was definitely concussed out of his mind.
Big concussed.
He was super concussed after that. Shout out to Liquid Ocelot hanging out. What I mean? Yes, sir. But what out of 5? What you giving it?
I can go 4.5.
I was gonna go 4. The interference with Jeff, and then the interference with Waller, and the interference with Waller in theory seemed a little much, but the match was good. The ending was great, so I give it a 4.
I give it a 4 because I didn't like the match as much. I liked the match, but I didn't like it as much as I liked the Women's Rumble.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And then finally, the main event of the evening, the Men's Royal Rumble. The one where everybody was trying to figure out, and I think me and you were texting about it. It was like at one point there was a ring full of 6 guys that could have potentially been the favorite to win this fucking thing.
Yeah.
But it started off with a bang, and I loved every moment of it. I can't believe the IWC. There were people on Twitter fucking shitting on the way that this started. They didn't understand it. It pissed me the fuck off. Number 1 in the Men's Royal Rumble was Jey Uso. Main event Jey Uso. He came down with the blue Yeet shirt with the fucking lay. And then number 2, we were literally texting about it as it was going on. Fucking Jimmy Uso came down with the red no yeet and the fucking red lay. Oh my god. I stood up. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was geeking, man. I was so watch your legs, bro. Savannah's watching. Sorry, Savannah. I'm sorry, sweetheart. You'll be all right. Uncle Jake likes to swear sometimes. I be mad sometimes.
LFG.
Hey man, I be swearing when I'll be knowing what else to say.
It's a sentence filler.
But yeah, man, Jay versus Jimmy. I'm not gonna lie though, the start of it was a little sloppy. I feel like they were so built up on adrenaline though that it was just like they were waiting on the momentum to take over.
Yeah. Yeah. What I didn't like though is that we never really doubled back to it. After once Grayson Waller came in and they started to double team him, and then
I feel like a lot of the match they were separated after that. Yeah, like they were on opposite corners a lot.
Yeah, they like it. They just never
I think that might have been Triple H's way to test to see if people want to see this match or not.
Yeah.
And you know what? We do. We do,
definitely
Paul.
wanna see it.
We want to see it. Make it happen at WrestleMania.
Give it to me. You know I won't. Give it to me.
Oh, not the Bautista. Oh, but number 3 was Grayson Waller, the guy we just talked about.
Yeah.
Came down with the microphone.
Well,
And
you
just-
said what you said. You said he Grayson Waller thinks he's Max Caster so bad.
He wanted to be Max Caster so bad.
It don't hit the same, bro.
It don't.
Action
It
don't
don't.
work out for you.
He got super kicked and was just there. And then here comes a return in the men's match. Andrade, and the crowd went mild because they were so confused by the music.
Yeah.
But once they saw the name and they saw who came out, then they got hyped.
Then they got
It was that was kind of a running theme with the Royal Rumble between the men and the women. It was like they heard the beginning of the music and then they were like, "Wait, who?" And then they saw the name on the giant LED board and they were like, "Oh, okay." They did the same thing for Jade. They didn't realize it was Jade at first. Then they saw the logo and they saw the lights. They were like, "Oh shit, here we go!" But yeah.
Let's go.
But Andrade came back. I mean, obviously, it was rumored that he was going to. I mean, should he have been trying to get out of AEW for 2 years? Literally been punching people out to try to get fired to get out of his contract. Tony wouldn't let him go. Tony finally let him go.
It's funny because he fired CM Punk for fighting, but wouldn't let Andrade.
But wouldn't
go.
let Andrade go because he wanted. They knew he wanted to go back to WWE. So, the men's rumble isn't honestly worth talking about much. Zero appeal. I get why they focus on their own. Surprised but lame. Yeah, maybe. We still gonna talk about it though.
Yeah.
Number 5 was NXT's Carmelo Hayes, who came in with a decent little showing in the beginning. I fuck with Carmelo.
I fucks with Melo. Melo is money.
Yeah, he's got star in the making. I think Trick Williams has the higher upside, but I fuck with Melo.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Shinsuke. The crowd was like, "Oh shit, okay, here we go, Shinsuke, let's go."
We know what to do with this.
Love to see it. Number 7 was Santos Escobar, and I remember texting you right away, like, didn't Santos and Andrade have a thing going on? And as soon as I said that, they turned around and looked at each other, and I was like, "Yep, they definitely did." So that was cool to see. Number 8 was Karrion Kross.
Karrion sucks.
Yeah, he's lost.
That's when people ask, like, what is the one wrestler that you just can't stand? It's Karrion Kross for me.
I fucked with Karrion Kross when he first showed up, and after that,
it's just something about the man that I just can't get behind.
Yeah, he's missing something. I don't know what it is.
It's definitely not that handle sidewalk _ slam that he does as a finisher.
I kind of fuck with it low key. If it just
move.
seems like he struggles to do it.
It has so many unnecessary movements.
Yeah.
Why do you have the double underhook, pump handle, side slam? Like, pick one.
He definitely be doing too much. This is definitely one of those WWE creative finishers.
Yes, no, bro. Your motions don't even go together. How did they allow you to save that?
Right. But then business picked up. And by picked up, I mean a shit ton of booze, because number 9 was Dominic Mysterio.
I love the massive heat that he gets.
I love Dom, bro. He has improved so much, and it is so much fun to watch.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that they finally went ahead and pulled the trigger and just let him be a heel and stop trying to force him as a face, because it wasn't working. Because people like they knew it was a nepotism hire,
and you can tell like the swag is there now. Like he knows he's that dude. Like
he knows how to be a heel. He knows a lot. It's a lot easier for
younger guys that are green
guys to be heels, just like that's kind of what they're doing with Nick over in AEW.
Yeah, that's fair. And then number 10, the first disappointment of the match for me. Carlito. When it should have been Ty Dillinger, or he should have stayed as Sean Spears. I like Sean Spears more than Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Sean Spears is a cooler name.
I was disappointed.
I was. Also because Carlito doesn't come out with the I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Yeah, I changed his whole thing.
Like, yeah, it's lame. He needs to come back with that. Like, that's what everyone knows you for, bro.
Yeah, and I wonder if they did that because they want him to be a face. But that you can still have that music as a face.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then number 11 was Bobby Lashley. And everybody was like, okay.
Yeah. If Bad Bunny showed up at the 10th spot, that would have been like that place would have erupted.
Oh, that crowd would have been fucking crazy. I agree. I didn't even think about Bad Bunny. You're right.
And low key, like I'm kind of missing Bad Bunny right now.
Yeah, he still has one of the coldest. That Puerto Rico match with Damian Priest.
That entrance, that's the best.
It's great.
Of 2023.
It's great.
That actually gives me goosebumps every time I think about it.
Yeah, I see it on TikTok all the time. It always pops up on the TikTok videos for me for like best wrestling entrances or whatever. It always pops up. It was great.
Yeah, that Puerto Rico crowd was amazing.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley at 11.
Yep, Bobby Lashley at 11. Number 12 was Ludwig Kaiser, which pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Can't complain. Number 13 was Austin Theory, so he was out there. I fuck with Austin Theory. I'm hoping they figure out some sort of main run push for him, man. He is like, as far he looks like the perfect like mold of what WWE wants for their main guy.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's like the one thing that Vince was doing was kind of pushing him towards that. And like when Vince went away, it's kind of like when they were like, oh shit, what do we do with him? And I don't know if it's because he wants to do more of this goofy stuff. Ooh, that's actually a really good comparison. The Kevin Owens realm. I'm hoping he can get out of it. He's young enough to where I think he can, because I think he's still only like 25, 26 years old.
Yeah.
But Austin Theory came down. And then Dominic Mysterio got him some help with number 14 was Finn Balor. Good fun. Finn and Dom went in there and did some damage. It was fun to see.
Yeah.
And then number 15 is really when shit started to pick up for the men's. I think I text you like the men's rumble was boring for me up until this point.
For a decent portion of it, it wasn't like I was in and out as far as sleep goes. The men's rumble was very like I was like, okay, Jimmy and Jay, great, and then everything else up between that, like cool, Andrade's back. I was never the super greatest Andrade fan to begin with. I was happy he's back in WWE because obviously his wife works there, and I feel like it's more fit for the things that he can do for his skill set. I just didn't like the way that he was disrespected in AEW. Like I feel like they brought him in for this big thing and they just never had an idea of what to do with him. Tony was just bringing him in because he was a former WWE guy. He was a big name. But the body of the men's rumble was just like it was stale.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was all over the place. Definitely. There were some moments where it picked up, but then it was definitely not as big time as people thought it was or thought it was going to be. Right. Number 15 was Cody Rhodes. And of course, because it's Cody Rhodes, he gets his whole entrance. The whole entrance.
The next person didn't even his 90 seconds they start until the 4 minutes into the
No, that was the thing, is I felt like that's what I was saying, like how it was inconsistent.
Yeah.
Literally the moment Cody got into the ring, the timer was going down again. So that clock was definitely running the moment his music hit. Because number 16, I'm sorry, was Bronson Reed, and everybody was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh yeah, because as soon as he got to the ring, Bronson.
Maple's not a Cody fan. Wow.
Yeah, no, we established that a while ago.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Cody's great. I can't hate on Cody. He's great. Cody, he's great. Number 17 was Kofi Kingston. Probably one of the more disappointing moments of the Rumble was him not getting his Royal Rumble moment thing, where he does his miraculous "I'm not eliminated yet" spot. But also because he's fucked it up the last 2 years, I feel my personal feeling was that they just decided to like, yeah, you've been in the Rumble 16 years. Like, we don't have to do that spot this year.
Yeah, we can skip a year and come
Yeah,
back
it's
to
like,
it. Now when he goes back to it, it's gonna get an even bigger pop.
exactly. How will you miss me if you won't go away?
Right.
Number 18 is when business picked up with Gunther.
You funny. Yeah, you refuse the autograph. I don't want your stinging autograph. That John Hancock.
Wow, that's terrible, Maple. That's terrible. But yes, Gunther came out next, and wait, pause. Gunther came out next, and that's when business picked up. He was chopping fucking everybody. In typical Gunther fashion. Love to see it. It's cool to see his ability to not only just be like a really good brawling wrestler and like have great matches and be like this serious, like in the ring technician, like the ring general, just like his nickname.
Yeah.
And his ability to just use the Rumble as a showcase for his skills is something you don't really see a lot of those type of guys.
Though what I love about Gunther the most is none of his matches are similar.
No, he has a different. I think he doesn't showcase his opponents, but he like uses his opponents' skill sets against them. Yeah. I guess is the best way to put it. Like, I was like, okay, Ricochet, you want to fly around the ring? Cool. Chopping your ass as soon as you fly at me.
Yep.
Like, you could do a 450 splash all you want. Bam. right to the chesticles. Like, you're donezo. But I agree. Number 19 was Ivar, which a lot of people were kind of hyped about this because he has been doing since his teammate got injured. Ivar has been doing pretty good as far as singles matches for what I've been seeing.
Yeah,
he showed off some great athleticism for a big dude like that.
He's really athletic.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's got that.
When they were down at NXT, I seen a couple of their matches.
Yeah,
they both were athletic to be that size.
Yeah, they were the Viking Raiders on the independent scene, and they were great.
Yeah.
But then number 20, the guy that I predicted was going to be one of the surprise entrants, Braun Breaker, showed up.
Braun Breaker taking the spot allegedly
taking the Brock Lesnar spot. Allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
But also, I feel like Braun Breaker was going to be in it regardless. Maybe not at that number.
Maybe he was going to be at the 22 spot.
Maybe. This is when a lot of the this is like when a lot of the big guys were coming out. Gunther, Ivar, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker came out and he just showcased his athleticism. War Machine, that's what they were called. You're right. I apologize. They were War Machine. You're right. I apologize. I forgot about that because they came in as War Machine, then they changed to the Viking Raiders. Good call. But yes, Braun Breaker came in and he is fast as fuck. Like he runs the ropes like he ran the ropes like he was about to run through them.
Like he's a second generation superstar?
Yeah. Like he's a second generation superstar. Insane. I love him. He's great. I cannot wait for him to he's going to be the future of the WWE as far as like that dude that people like as Brock slowly dwindles away. I feel like he's going to kind of take that role. He's great. He's great. Number 21, the biggest man in WWE. Ooh, Braun's going to be on SmackDown on Friday, allegedly. Ooh, that'd be great. Mm-hmm. The biggest man in WWE, Omos, shows up with MVP, which is cool to see because I miss MVP on TV.
Yeah.
You know what? For a guy who is as big as he is, and it's tough to move in a ring the size that it is when you're that big, he looked like he's improved quite a bit. Like he didn't look sloppy. His moves looked good. His elimination was kind of stale, but also when you're like 7'3", it's kind of tough to be eliminated normal. Because by the time you flip over, your fucking head is damn near touching the ground. So it's tough.
Yeah, Pat did such a good job.
Yes, and then obviously we'll get into number 22 was Pat McAfee, who apparently legit did not know that he was a part of the match.
You could tell.
Like he was a shoot. He was like, wait, really? which is why I believe that was supposed to be the Brock Lesnar spot, in my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but that's what I was thinking, was because Brock Lesnar was supposed to be in it, and then obviously all this Vince McMahon nonsense is going on.
It was just like, fuck it, let's throw Pat in there.
Exactly.
That'd be funny.
Exactly. Yes. Pat.
Hey, he knew what to do. Like, he's like, I'm not about to wrestle.
He's like, I'm not even in my gear, bro. Like, what do you want?
Like, nigga, I'm at work.
I came here to commentate. What are you talking about?
It's not the work I signed up for.
No.
I was supposed to be scared.
It's funny because on this website, it shows all the people that were eliminated. It says Pat McAfee. He eliminated himself.
Hey, but not him getting out the ring, then getting back in the ring, climbing up to the top, and then getting down and getting back out the ring.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here."
So
not with the Gators on, bro. He had the Gators on and everything.
Yeah, you know what, bro? No, not today. Not today.
Yep. Number 23 was JD McDonough. Don't care. He was eliminated by Jey Uso. Don't care. Missed the big head himself. Don't matter. But or no, JD McDonough came out and got speared by Braun because Braun just got eliminated. That's right.
Yeah.
Remember, because Braun had just gotten eliminated by Dominic.
Yep.
And then he speared the shit out of JD. And then who came out at number 24?
The boy.
R-Truth. How fucking hilarious. He throws JD McDonough in the ring. JD gets eliminated right away by Jey Uso.
He hates JD.
He hates JD so much. He hates JD so much. And then what does he do? Because it's R-Truth and he can't take anything serious. And he's just 10,000 times smarter than all of us. He gets on and he asks for the hot tag from Dom.
Bro,
when I tell you,
shake it for the hot tag. Like
Tom and Nick Mysterio, yes, bro. When I tell you, my son, he was up watching the show with me. I had put him to sleep by the time this was going on. I woke him up because I was laughing so hard. I had tears. I had legit, I had streams of tears from laughter rolling down my face.
Hot tag in the Royal Rumble,
Doug.
Like
it was.
Shout out to Tom and Nick though, because Tom and Nick sold it well.
He did, and he came in. He did the fucking John Cena he tried to do the John Cena spot to Gunther. That was the funniest part.
But that was hilarious.
Doug.
I don't understand how I don't understand how anybody can just sit in the ring and keep a straight face with him.
No. I don't get how anybody can exactly. And then number 25 was the second half of the Awesome Truth was The Miz. And they came down, they did a little bit of teammate work. They did the cool little side little dance thing that they used to do on their entrance. The Miz tries to eliminate Dominic, and Dominic gets tackled by R-Truth and says, "Nope, you are not eliminating him, Miz." And then Damian Priest came down, and as soon as he came down, he punched R-Truth right in the face. With no hesitation. It was on site, apparently.
It was definitely on site.
It was on site.
I was like, he just he don't get no love.
No
love, no respect. No
respect. Not Puerto Rican Undertaker. That's what I kept seeing all night.
Dude, somebody called him bisexual Undertaker.
Bisexual Undertaker. I saw that one too. I tagged the homie Andy in it because he's the biggest Undertaker fan.
Yeah.
I was like, you'll like that. Oh yeah, they're wasting the Miz. It pissed me off. I want Miz to reclaim singles gold again. Maybe. Miz is also in his fuck you, I'm here to make money Dolph Ziggler type of role right now, except he's more of a charismatic figure, so why he keeps getting on TV. He doesn't need a belt to get on TV. He's good enough in his role, I feel like. But he will never get a world title run again, I don't believe, but and then number 27 came like Mussolini, CM Punk, and they fucked up the camera shot. Pissed me all the way off. The crowd was geeking. He got down on a knee. He did the tap, tap, tap. It's clobbering time. And as soon as he went like this, the camera went way back to a deep camera shot. And you couldn't hear the let's clobber in time from the crowd because the camera was so far back.
Maple, you booing the Punk one?
Wow, Maple's booing Punk. Maple must like fucking Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. I'm convinced. He doesn't like Cody and he doesn't like CM Punk. And he likes The Miz. It's so random.
Yeah.
It's so random.
Fuck no. So he doesn't like the Elite either.
Oh. Okay, there it is. Yep, CM Punk came in. He he did some stuff, was chilling, had some fun, did a couple, he pretty much did the running knee to most of the folks in the ring. Did some CM Punk stuff, nothing too crazy. And then number 28, everybody was curious.
Something in there was too crazy though.
Huh?
Yeah, something he did in there was too crazy though.
I'm confused. I don't remember.
You're a little perplexed. No, I'm just saying because of the outcome of the.
Oh yes, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
I was trying.
But yes, number 28 was Ricochet, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about Ricochet.
Bang Bang Gang.
Everybody was like, oh, I'm an MJF, Lucha Brothers, Nick Wayne fan, and the Bang Bang Gang. Okay, interesting.
Bang Bang Gang.
Interesting. Maybe we might have to have you on the show one of these days so we can argue wrestling. Number 29 was when business picked up, and I was like, when the hell is this motherfucker going to show up? And it was Drew McIntyre at number 29. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about Drew McIntyre. And him coming out this late, are they going to pull a swerve and make him win this motherfucker? Because I kind of fucks with Drew McIntyre a lot still too. He came in, had his moments, this and that, gave the fucking shock DDT to Punk, did some stuff and this and that, was chilling. And then number 30, the return of Sami Zayn. And once again, I feel like the crowd was just like, oh, we fuck with Sammy. But it's like...
The crowd was expecting somebody else in that
The crowd was expecting somebody else. I don't know who they were expecting. I think I might know. I think they were expecting somebody who wasn't going to show up, and I knew wasn't going to show up, even though last week I was really hoping that scenario came out, but, it was what it was. But... yes, all 30 men. Sami Zayn was number 30. He came out, he had a decent crowd pop, but I feel like the crowd was expecting somebody else. I don't know who. I think they were expecting one of two people. A guy that currently works in AEW and a guy who currently is the boss of all of them is sitting on the board of directors.
Yeah.
But Sami Zayn made his return, which is cool because it made sense. He had he had heat with Drew McIntyre and all this and that. So it was cool that they were back to back. But it came down to the final four. Drew McIntyre, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk. And I was like, Punk and Cody are in a very bad position because Gunther and Drew are much bigger than them.
Indeed.
And lo and behold, as it came through, I was wrong. Cody and Punk managed to eliminate Drew, and Punk lied, though. We got to call it out. Punk lied. He said he was going to eliminate Drew last.
Yeah.
And he didn't. He eliminated him first. It was Punk's first elimination, and it was Drew. But Drew versus, or I'm sorry, Punk versus Cody.
That was technically his last.
It technically was his last elimination. You're right. That's true. That's true. But he said he was going to eliminate him last to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
But CM Punk and Cody Rhodes were the final two. And you know what? I was into it. I
really liked the showcase because it made it feel like a mini match.
It did. Yeah. They had a good I think they went like another 10, 15 minutes after. It was fun. Yeah. It was fun to watch. It sucked knowing what one of those two guys was going through at the time for that whole match to turn out. But we had CM Punk hit a pedigree, and he gets up and he goes, "I can't believe I just did that shit."
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then of course he says, "I'm not losing to Dusty Sun," and sure as shit, Cody woke up and said, "The fuck you aren't," and threw his ass over the top rope. And Cody Rhodes is the back-to-back 2023-2024 Royal Rumble Men's Champion.
For the first time since
1997-98.
97-98.
Yeah, it was not as good as the women's. Was not as good as the women's. I don't know if it was fatigue for me or because it was like lack of surprises, like lack of big surprises.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it was you kind of had a feeling who the last four were going to be, honestly.
Right.
So it was like you can't really have crazy amount of surprises, this and that.
Right. No, absolutely.
That men's rumble took the shot from a 4.7 out of 5 to a 2.9 for me. Oh, it took the show. Ooh, wow. See, I didn't think it was that bad. I was gonna give it a 3 out of 5 as far as the rumble goes.
I was like 2.75.
Yeah,
2.75.
that's fair. I'll say a 3 out of 5 for me personally, because I like the fact that Cody won. I figured if it wasn't Cody, it was gonna be Punk. I figured it was gonna be one of those two the entire time. I think if Gunther keeps on the trajectory he's at and they don't give him a main title run at all during 2024, he absolutely wins next year's Rumble. No questions asked.
Yeah.
Unless CM Punk wins it. It's one of those two situations for me.
Well, unless Cody doesn't finish the story at WrestleMania and they're going to make him three-peat.
But yes. But man, 4 matches, 4 hours. I feel like we've been talking about this Rumble for 4 hours. What is your overall grade of the show?
My overall grade of the show, I give it a solid 4. I got a solid 4, maybe a 4.25.
Too sweet, my dog. I'm going 4 as well. I feel like there wasn't a bad match. I feel like the show was good. The surprises were great.
Yeah, I feel like if I had
this podcast is a 5. Hey, appreciate that, Maple.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say, I don't know where I was going with it. He just threw me off with giving it a 5. Thank you for that.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Rumble was good. I was shocked how they only had managed to make it work with only 4 matches, but you know what? It worked. So I can't complain too much.
It worked out really well.
Yeah. I cannot complain at all. Definitely a good time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no true complaints as far as things go for that. But speaking of CM Punk.
Yeah, let's get into it.
The rumors for the next, 48 hours after the show is that CM Punk was hurt, that we weren't sure.
Yeah.
What was going on with him. Everybody was kind of curious what was going on. They said he didn't look the same, looked like he was injured, like he injured his arm. And the reports were true. CM Punk came out on Monday Night Raw with his arm in a sling and claimed that he tore his right pec during the match. And a lot of people are saying it was because of the Future Shock DDT that Drew gave him, that he didn't land right or he landed awkwardly. They showed highlights of back when he tore his pec in AEW, like him trying to do a push-up.
His tricep.
His tricep. You're right. I'm sorry. His tricep. Yeah, it sucks, man. It truly does. The promo he cut on Raw was fucking awesome. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah.
If you didn't, it was a great 15-minute segment that was fucking awesome. Other than Drew doing what he did, attacking Punk after the fact was great. I love heel Drew. I think it's his best character.
Yeah.
COVID 2020 babyface Drew was great because he had Brock to go up against, but this heel Drew is awesome.
Yeah.
Just damn near a perfect guy, honestly. And then Sammy coming out to because they were setting up Sammy versus Drew in the main event of Raw didn't care. Don't care. But the fact that Drew says that he's not a religious guy, but he prayed on CM Punk getting hurt and it happened is God damn it. What a fucking great heel. It was great. I have a hot theory. I don't know if you, like I said, I don't know if you saw the whole segment, but I think CM Punk's arm might be a work. I don't know if he actually tore his tricep. If he did not do a good job of convincing us by punching Drew with his taking his arm out of the sling and punching Drew with his arm that he apparently has a torn tricep in. Unless he doesn't know how to punch with his left arm. I don't know. That was what threw me off. I'm like, really? He just
Yeah,
He just threw his arm like that. I don't know. I'm hoping it's a work because I want to see CM Punk have some kind of cool comeback, like in the Elimination Chamber or something, to get his
yeah,
moment. Can you imagine though, like CM Punk with a torn tricep against Seth with a torn MCL?
that'd be the most interesting match I've ever.
It would be hilarious. It would be Punk has to win via leg submission and Rollins has to win via arm submission.
Absolutely.
That's the stipulation. But oh man, dude. Yeah, man, the promo that Punk gave, man, saying like, maybe the WrestleMania main event just isn't in the cards for his career. Like he was crying, bro. Like it was a great promo.
Yeah.
I fucked with it. I really did. Very emotional. Obviously, me being a giant CM Punk fan, ever since I saw him back in his ECW debut, I was a huge fan. It sucks that, he's been back in wrestling for what, 3-4 years now, and he's had like 4 major injuries or 3 major injuries. He tore his tricep twice and he broke his foot. Like he's had a rough couple years, but I mean, it's also like, it just goes to show that shit can happen. I mean, and a lot of people were saying like, oh, Fragile Phil, all this and that. It's like, y'all realize that as soon as Cody came back, he tore his pec. And he came back as a bigger star than when he was originally there. So it's like, don't sleep on what Phil can do when he comes back. Like he's still gonna be CM Punk at the end of the day.
Right. Absolutely.
I also think they're gonna limit his matches, but we'll see. What was your overall thoughts of the CM Punk's injury situation and the promo?
I found it ironic, because he was injury prone in his last 2 years with in the last promotion.
Mm-hmm.
We never really got a full healthy run out of him. Whenever he won the belt, it seemed like he got injured.
That's true.
And then for his most recent injury to be a tricep tear, and then he go out and do this very same thing for his first live televised match.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. I'm getting close to thinking you might need to hang it up. Yeah, definitely saw the meme.
Definitely saw the meme. It was great. That's also why I feel like it might be a work that
how like Drew's leaning so heavy into it and everything.
Yeah, I think honestly, I know I mentioned doing Punk Cody Reigns triple threat main event.
Yeah.
But if Punk his injury actually isn't legit, a Punk Drew Rollins main event would be dope. Because Punk don't fuck with Drew or Seth.
Yeah.
Seth don't fuck with Punk or Drew, and Drew just don't give a fuck. He just wants to be the champ again because he never got his shine when COVID was going around. So like I feel like that could just be a whole ordeal there. But yeah. Shit. It's like I said, it sucks. I'm hoping it's a work. I don't think it really is, but the optimistic Jake over here. I just want to see CM Punk be happy and healthy and wrestling. I mean, he's great when he's in the wrestling business. Good things tend to happen, especially for AEW and for WWE since he's been around.
Yeah.
Regardless of all the behind the scenes bullshit in AEW, he was great for their television. It was must see TV, and there's a reason why WWE advertised him all the time being on Raw when he was going to be there, because they knew he was going to do something special and they knew he was going to draw ratings. Which, for all the people that shit on Phil Brooks, he's a fucking ratings draw and he's a fucking star. And I'm sorry that you can't admit that to yourself.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's just what it is there. But to kind of bring some light into the show, we're gonna do this one pretty quick because we got about 2 more topics to really get into after this one, and the last topic is kind of a big one. So, Raw and SmackDown are gonna have brand new commentary teams.
Yeah,
as we saw on the opening of Monday Night Raw. Pat McAfee is going to be joining Michael. He's going to be joining Michael Cole as
because they got rid of Mr. Kevin Patrick. He got featured in Endeavor.
They got rid of Mr. Kevin Patrick, and you know what? I'm cool with Pat McAfee. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about him as a full. I mean, granted, he did SmackDown with Michael Cole full time, but I don't know. It just seemed weird. I listened to the Punk promo, and I watched a little bit of Raw last night. I don't know if Pat was just kind of like trying to add his own twist into the show instead of kind of doing what he was doing before. It seemed like he was trying to do things differently, so I wasn't totally sure, but I fuck with it. And then shout out to Corey Graves. He's going from the color guy to the main guy on SmackDown. Him and Wade Barrett are going to be the commentary team on SmackDown. Corey Graves going from, I mean, I believe he was always been a color commentator, if I remember right?
Yeah.
Because he was with Mauro Ranallo in NXT, and then he came up and he was always a color guy. So I'm interested to see how he does as a main commentator. I think he can do it. I fuck with Corey Graves.
I think absolutely. I think he can do it.
And Wade Barrett, I feel like would bounce all well off of his style because Wade is doing his own thing too. That's
gonna be one hating as.
It's gonna be a super heel commentary team. They're gonna be some super heels.
Like what the fuck? You can't do that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean Corey has been doing. He's been throwing in some off the wall comments for him. Not necessarily off the wall like controversial or crazy, but off the wall as in. Yeah, he's been giving people their props more lately. And calling out shenanigans.
Yeah.
So
agreed. Yep, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how they do it, man. And it's gonna be one of those fun things. It's gonna be interesting to see how the commentary plays out. I'm hoping that it works out well for both Raw and SmackDown. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't, but yeah, we'll see. We'll also see.
We shall see.
But moving on. We didn't get a chance to talk about it last week because we had a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to run through this quickly, like I said, because we also want to get into our last topic, and we don't want to be on this fucking podcast forever. So, Dark Side of the Ring announced season 5. We got Chris Adams, Sensational Sherry, Terry Gordy, Black Saturday, Chris Colt, The Sandman, Earthquake, Harley Race, Buff Bagwell, and the Brutus, the Baba Beefcake are the episode topics this upcoming season. Any one of them that you are interested in knowing about that you might not know about, or like what's the main one that you're looking forward to seeing the most?
The main one I'm looking forward to seeing the most is the one on Harley Race.
Mm-hmm. The man lived an interesting lifestyle.
Yeah, I and just knowing that he was the inspiration to Ric Flair.
Yep.
I kind of, I want to see what he saw.
Agreed. He is one of the most popular wrestlers to never win the WWE Championship. Fun fact.
Nice.
Yep. Harley Race was that dude.
It's a fact.
I know CM Punk is a big Harley Race fan. I'm looking forward to almost every single one of these. I know Sensational Sherry is going to be a good one because, I mean, there was like she was the original singer on Shawn Michaels' original theme music. Just her career, everything like that. Obviously, she passed away. So that's gonna suck. I honestly think Black Saturday might be my favorite upcoming episode. That was when basically Vince just went and bought all the territories in the 80s.
Yeah.
And created the WWF to what it is pretty much, or what it became. So I'm looking forward to that one the most. It's gonna be really interested, especially with the. It's gonna be really interested to see how it plays out. Maple says I want to see them do one on Marty Jannetty. Season 4, episode 10 was the last episode of the last season of Dark Side of the Ring was all about Marty Jannetty. if you want to go check that out, Maples. I'm sure the clip is on YouTube. Otherwise, the Vice TV also has the episodes on there as well. You can check it out. So they definitely did one on Marty Jannetty, and that is a weird motherfucker. But nope, I'm definitely looking forward to Black Saturday and seeing how that plays out. That's probably my number one wanted to see. The Sandman one is going to be interesting too, because he's like, the motherfucker was literally used to be fucked up wrestling. Like, he would just get drunk. Like, the motherfucker would drink. He was like, it wasn't Stone Cold smashing the beers and just pouring on him. He was legit drinking them shits and then going and wrestling a fucking match. So, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to interest. I mean, they got the Buff Bagwell one. That'll be kind of interesting too. It's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it, man. And I've been fucking with Dark Side of the Ring since it came out. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where it's like Dark Side of the Ring. So it's like, damn, wrestling is kind of one of those weird industries where bad shit seems to happen a lot. It's like, you don't have Dark Side of the NBA or Dark Side of the NFL. You could. I'm totally sure you could.
You absolutely could.
But wrestling is also one of those things where it's individual. It's one of those individually based sports where the light is shined so much more on just that one person, like in like the NBA and the NFL, where it's a team sport. So
right,
we'll see. But let's get into this main event, man. Motherfucking Vince.
Dude, so when that news dropped, what was that, Thursday?
Yes.
That shit shocked. That sent shockwaves through the earth.
It did, man. I couldn't believe it. It was.
But I wasn't surprised though, man, because they kind of already told us about it 2 years ago.
Yeah. When he originally resigned.
Yeah, they kind of primed us for what was coming.
Yep. That is a weird motherfucker, man. He is a dirty, perverted old man.
Yeah, the whole time we thought he was playing the character, and it was literally himself.
Bro, like he wasn't this bad on TV.
He wasn't.
Like the stories in this article that came out by the Wall Street Journal of all places. Like, that's when you know the shit's real, and they've done their fact checking and all this like thing.
Yeah, we just want to preface this for saying nobody was charged with any crimes yet. It's all alleged, though we do believe it.
Yes, facts. I don't believe everything because obviously, like you said, it's all for the. It's basically one of those he said, she said deals for the moment. But yeah, until things are all out, these are definitely opinions. That's why I wrote at the bottom, NWO's opinions on the matter. We have no factual evidence of whether the shits are true or not. Also, whether the shits, there's no way that all of that shit can't be true.
I have no idea, no way of knowing, but he did that shit. Something.
And if he didn't do all of it, he did some of that shit. And if he did one of them, even if he did one of the things on that list of shit, he a nasty motherfucker.
He did some of that shit. He did a lot of that shit.
Like
disgusto.
How you shit on somebody in a threesome?
And then make them keep going and pleasuring the other person while you shower and they just covered in shit.
Like
what part of the game is that, Ghost?
Like, dude, there's just so much, man. Like, if we get a chance to, I might share the article, the Wall Street Journal article, if I can, under the NWO Facebook group, so that people can read it on their own. Because it's so much, man. I can't sit here and read it all. Yeah. And honestly, it pains me to read it. Like, I mean, the stories about it's the stories about fucking Vince using fucking sex toys and naming them after wrestlers.
Not the cock Lesnar.
Bro, what are you on? And then this Brock Lesnar story, like Brock Lesnar being persuaded to come back to the WWE because of this girl, and
that's wild.
Yeah, man, it's so dumb, man. I don't, like you said, we can't go into crazy amount of details right now. All the information's been out there over the last week. You can find it pretty much everywhere now if you just look it up. But like Trippy said, man, we obviously are posting our opinions on the matter. Vince, we know you're never gonna see this shit because you're probably gonna be fucking locked up, actually he probably won't be locked up. He's gonna be, I don't see him going to jail. It's Vince McMahon. Yeah. But use a nasty motherfucker.
Use a nasty motherfucker.
Use a nasty motherfucker.
You gonna, kick us off again like you did last time. Just know you's a nasty motherfucker.
It's crazy. Like, I love the WWE, but that shit is going to be tainted on him forever.
Absolutely.
And granted, he backed away and got out and resigned. And the thing was, they're saying like he denied all allegations, but he still resigned and you know what? That was the right thing to do. Yeah. It was the right thing to do because you can't have that negative press, especially when WWE just secured this Netflix deal. Like,
it's still in its infancy stage. They haven't even.
I think they put pen to paper, bro. I'm pretty sure it's legit.
What?
But Netflix also has an opt out. So
no, I'm talking about. It's still like it's legit, but like it's just been announced. Like,
yeah.
Shortly after it being announced, that's when all this shit started to come out.
Agreed. How funny was it that Slim Jim was like, "Nah, bro, we're out," and then they were like, "Oh, Vince is gone. All right, we're back in."
They were like, "Nah, bro, we out." And then Vince was like, "Nah, you out? Guess what?
I'm out too."
Slim Jim was like, "You know what? If you out, we back in. We back in. We were just playing."
Hey, that's legit what Jimmy did. Jimmy was like, "All right, I'm out too," and Jimmy was like, "But I'm back in though. I'm back in though. You can stay out, Jay. You can stay out."
Yeah.
Oh man. Slim Jim. It all makes sense. Jimmy Uso's a fucking fortune teller.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, I hate how my brain works sometimes. That's too funny.
But man, that's crazy. Like, you've been like hearing all these different reports. Like, allegedly Shane O'Mac, the reason why he was, apart from the company for so long is because Vince was trying to groom him to be the next him.
Yeah.
The next creeper. And Shane wasn't with the shits. And shout out to Shane, man. That's one of the people I was hoping will come back for the Rumble. Will Shane O'Mac. Like, here come the money. Here come the money would have got a massive pop.
I agree. But also everybody just remembers WrestleMania now. He is a meme for life. He's a meme. His meme is up there now with the fucking what's his face who fell into the ring.
Oh, Titus
O'Neil, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Titus O'Neil went from being a full-time wrestler on the roster to being the fucking brand ambassador for the WWE because of one fucking slip.
I think he was the brand ambassador for that before that.
I think he was.
Yeah, he was just wrestling still.
Yeah, he was just, but yeah, he just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do this from now on. This is way easier on my body, and also nobody's gonna think about me walking into a ring anymore and falling fucking through the bottom.
That's crazy. Like he was like millimeters away from a really tragic ending.
Yeah. But yeah, man, this whole Vince McMahon story, I'm interested to see how it plays out. I know a lot of people have jumped on it. I mean, shit, you're seeing a lot of fucking people come out of the woodwork on this shit, man. You got like obviously Busted Open with Bully Ray and Mark Henry talked about it. Jim Cornette's been talking about it. Eric Bischoff just dropped like an 1.5-hour episode on it.
You see the tweet from Ronda Rousey?
Yes, I did. I did see that.
That was surprising.
Yes.
And I went to her page, right? And she hadn't tweeted anything all year.
No. She
hadn't tweeted anything since like maybe November.
And you know what? She wasn't wrong because Bruce Pritchard is, as long as Bruce Pritchard is there, Vince is there. Unfortunately, that's probably the one snakiest motherfucker in the history of WWE is fucking Bruce Pritchard, bro. I never fucked with Doug. I listened to a couple of his podcast episodes, but it was because he had a moment where like he was doing like Vince Russo episodes. So it's like kind of funny hearing him debunk Vince Russo's bullshit stories too. So I was like, there was that to it too. But I mean, other than that, I really don't. Bruce Pritchard is literally the most known liar in like the history of talking about WWE. Yeah. Like he would just make up bullshit to make the company sound good. And it's like, bro, you're literally lying facts.
Well, who's a bigger liar, him or Hulk Hogan?
Oh, Hulk Hogan for sure. Hulk Hogan just lies about anything.
Yeah. I kind of want to compare Hulk Hogan and LeBron James. They both are
Hulk
top
Hogan
tier.
wins, bro. I would trust anybody to tell me a lie, and I would believe them before I believe anything Hulk Hogan tells me, whether it's the truth or not.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan could be like, bro, the sky is blue. I'm like, bro, why you lying?
Well, Hulk Hogan once said he wrestled 380 days a year, or some shit.
No,
like
he
that.
he said he wrestled 400 times in 1 year.
Oh yeah,
Or 400 days in 1 year, not 400 times. He
400
said he
days,
wrestled 400 days in 1 year.
400 days in a year.
Yep.
Because of the flights between.
Yes, because the international travel between Japan and the United States, that the time travel was possible. Like, bro, you're not Superman. He's told so many lies. I mean, he lied about a lot of shit. There's
we could do a whole episode on all the lies he's ever told.
Yes, there's a Twitter follow that if you don't follow him, I suggest you do. It's Alan _ cheap shot on Twitter. He is a wrestling historian guy. He posts a lot of clips like that. He is actually the one guy where I found that thread. Cornette talked about it, which is where I discovered it as well. He did like a 30-something page long thread of all of Hulk Hogan's lies over the years.
I think I've read that too.
It's like just so much. And it's so funny. Like a lot of his shit's sad, but it's also like hilarious how like crazy he lied. Bro, I know this is like we were talking about Vince and we're getting off the matter because it's a serious topic. So it's like we're trying to keep things, light around here and things. Yeah. But like, did you hear the interview that Hulk Hogan did with like a fitness magazine where he talked about him, Michael Jackson, and Mr. T being in Wembley Stadium? Yeah. That shit was 1000% a lie.
Bro, I don't believe it's so many outrageous lies that he said with a straight face. So and it's like, bro, please shut the fuck up.
Bro, he said he brought Simon Cowell. He said he's solely responsible for Simon Cowell coming to America. Which is crazy that I didn't know that Simon Cowell actually helped work on the wrestling album back in the 90s. They had 2 wrestling albums that came out, one in the 80s and one in the 90s, and Simon Cowell helped produce one of the one in the 90s. It was pretty tight to hear, like, obviously it's like the wrestlers like either singing or rapping their own theme songs or whatever, kind of like the anthology series and stuff back then. They should do that more, low key. Can you imagine LA Knight rapping over his own theme?
That'd be insane.
But yeah, man, like he just told like the big ass lies as far as he talked about how he had a match in Wembley Stadium, and then there was a Make-A-Wish kid in the front row, but it's like instantly the shit was a lie right then and there because there's only been one WWE show in the history of Wembley Stadium, and Hulk Hogan wasn't even in the WWE when it happened. Like the main event of that show was Bret Hart versus British Bulldog for the IC belt that British Bulldog won. Like, I don't know. It was just fun shit like that, man. Like Hulk Hogan does. If I can figure out a day, we'll pull up all that shit on an episode. We'll read all those live on the air.
Yeah, because I'm going through a couple of them right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like that. This is definitely something I want to tackle.
Yes, maybe next episode, folks. If nothing interesting happens and we got time to kill and we could fit it in, we absolutely will put it into the show because I feel like that would be some fucking hilarious YouTube content.
Yeah.
But shit, an hour 45 almost, man. Let's go ahead and send the folks happy, man. Home happy, I guess. But happy. Yeah. But man, be sure you guys hit a like on all these fucking, video. We're live stream. We're live on my Twitch. We're live on our NWO YouTube and our Facebook channel. I'll put up the banner again so you guys can go and follow everything on there. There it is right below me now. All of the social medias are there for you guys, man. Go follow everybody. Oh, follow my YouTube channel. It's at Jake_exclusive. Your boy has Assassin's Creed 2 Let's Play coming through, man. I have a brand new video coming out every single day up until February 13th so far. I'm adding more as the day goes on. I'm that far ahead on my editing right now. It's a lot of fun. Did a collaboration with the homies at Geekset, but they gave me pretty much, since I pretty much was doing the gameplay and wanting to do the editing and things myself, I just decided, you know what? I'm posting them on my channel. So there we go. Got that going. Got got a lot more gaming stuff going on there. You can follow the NWO YouTube channel. Trippy and I are going to kind of get into the works of other content other than just the podcast if we can, whether it just be stuff that I record on my own, stuff that he records on his own, things we do in collaboration with other people. Like, it's going to be fun, man. Going to be a good year for 2024 for the boys. And yeah, man, go ahead and send the people home happy in the way that only you know how. Pause.
Yeah, as always, it's been another wonderful episode of the NWO podcast, the NWO Royal Order podcast. The podcast that is just too sweet.
Too sweet.
As always, it's your boy Hollywood Trippy, and I got the exclusive one.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
We out.
Peace and love.